the most popular type of element in a cooker or a built-in oven that fails. This is a fan oven element, and this is a pretty standard affair. Sort of, here we go, fixing screw down here, 2 mounting screws here. Very easy to see how they're fitted and how they actually fit into your cooker. Normally the back plate will come off, and you'll see this at an angle on your actual cooker. It'll be sat that sort of angle or that sort of angle on your cooker. To test one is really easy, and you can do it either in situ, or you can take the oven element out and test it when it's out. And the way to do that is simply with an electrical meter like this. We'll put it on to an infinity test, and there we go, we've got a circuit. You shouldn't have a circuit between either of these terminals and earth, doesn't matter how you do it. And that's how you check if the element's electrically sound. Normally though, as soon as you take the back plate off the inside of the oven itself, you'll quite often see that the actual element itself is physically distorted or damaged in some way. If it is, just replace the element. They're generally not that expensive, and it's worth replacing if there's any major damage to it. And that's really all there is to know about fan oven elements, pretty much. The biggest problem that we have with fan elements when people buy them, to be honest, is not so much the fan element itself. I mean, fan elements are relatively straightforward and simple devices. The biggest problem that we have is that people order up fan elements and don't select the correct model number, and therefore they end up with a slightly different variant of the fan element that they should have. These mounting points here and here are the parts that you really have to watch, as well as the diameter obviously, and the length of the shaft here, or the distance of the circumference. If that's not correct, then you can have difficulty in fitting a replacement. And in some elements, and quite a few, notably Smeg and a few others, you actually find that the manufacturers themselves have changed the element several times. So you can have, instead of holes here, you can have mounting sort of stalks, if you like, or screws, nuts, bolts, etc. There's all different permutations, and of course there's also all sorts of different elements at different prices. Quite often you have substitute elements, and those elements might not be exactly the same as your original element, but they will be compatible, although they might take a little bit of messing around with the mounting and positioning just to make it fit properly. However, doing that can save an absolute fortune on fan oven elements, and it is worth asking the question, because sometimes it can be the difference between an £8–10 fan element and a £30 element. In fact, we've seen it where it's been a £12–13 fan element replacing one that the manufacturer would charge £60–70 for. So it is well worth emailing us and asking us if there are any variants or different ones that we can use in place of, because quite often it's really hard to list them all in that manner. Okay.